So we're gonna make roti today, which is an Indian flatbread. It's so good. It's kind of like a tortilla, but lightly fried on the outside. The texture is a little bit different. It's absolutely wonderful and highly addictive and super, super easy to make. So to make roti, I have start with 2 cups of flour. You can use all-purpose flour. I'm using bread flour. I'm also gonna put 2 teaspoons of salt in the flour, and I'm simply gonna mix it up with my fingers just like this. Okay. From here, I wanna put 2 tablespoons of olive oil into my flour. You can also use melted butter, but I like olive oil. And I'm going to start mixing it together. So as I'm mixing it, I want to add 2/3 of a cup of water. There we go. So I'm going to keep mixing until the dough comes together and starts to pull away from the sides of the bowl. Okay, so after mixing this for about a minute, it comes together really nicely, and there's still some flour on the bottom of the bowl. So what I'm gonna do is just pour it out onto my countertop and start working it in there. There we go. I'm gonna keep kneading and working it in until it all just comes together in one solid piece. Okay, so after about 2 minutes of kneading all of that flour and water together with the olive oil and salt that we had in the bowl, I have a beautiful, smooth, elastic dough right here. So what I'm gonna do is kind of flatten it out a little bit and make it a circle, as close to a circle as I can. And now I wanna divide it into 6 pieces. So we're gonna go 1 cut across, 1 at an angle here, and another angle this way. So they may not be perfect, but they're pretty close. And I'm gonna work with 1 piece at a time, and I'm gonna roll them out into little discs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get just a little bit of flour and sprinkle it on my work surface here, and I want to kind of stretch my roti dough. Roti dough. Okay, so I'm kind of stretch my dough a little bit here and set it on my floured surface. And I get my rolling pin and just roll it out a little bit, turning about a 1/4 turn every time I roll it. And this is going to help ensure that I get a pretty even shape. There we go. Okay, so it may not be perfectly round, but this is about the thickness that I'd really like to have my roti. That way it's not too thin where it's gonna be like a chip whenever we cook it. It's still gonna be thick enough to absorb whatever sauces that are in the dishes that we use this to eat with. Okay, so I wanna make sure that that's nicely floured, still moving around, and I'm working on every other piece of dough as well. Okay, all of the roti have been rolled out, and I have on my stove on a nonstick skillet about a tablespoon of olive oil heated up over a pan. I'm gonna pull it from the heat because it's kind of hot, and now I'm gonna take one of my roti right here. See how lovely and flat that is? And I'm basically gonna flash fry it just like this. Drop it right into the pan and let it bubble up and puff, and it's gonna turn golden brown on the other side. Once I get a nice puffiness inside this roti, then I flip it. It only takes a second. We love those pockets of air inside the roti. So I see there's a lot more of them developing, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. That is perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Pockets of golden brown bubbles just seared on the other side. Oh my gosh. This is amazing. Okay, so the second side has browned up really well and it's super puffy. You can see right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it on this towel-lined plate and kind of dab it just a little, just a tiny little bit. So what I'm gonna do is pinch Pick it up, air it out, and now I kind of toss it and clap it together in my hands. Woo! What this does is this breaks up kind of the surface, the crunchy surface, and it exposes more of a chewy texture. These are absolutely amazing and fantastic. Okay, I've got a few more left to fry up. We're gonna get these done in a flash. The last of the roti has finally been flipped in the pan and it's almost ready to be pulled all together. So check this out. Look at these beautiful golden cracked pillows of decadence. I mean, these things are amazing. Like I said, they're Indian flatbreads, they're roti, they're phenomenal for anything from chilies to soups to curries. I mean, even just eating them with a little bit of rice, a little bit of sour cream, I mean, just whatever kind of dip that you want, these are amazing. So, oh yeah, this guy's ready. So we pull them out, put them on here, and in the few seconds that it takes for me to turn off the stove and put my tongs down, it's ready to just be crumbled. And by smashing them like this in your hand, gives it that luscious texture that's crunchy and chewy and just absolutely mind-blowing. Look at this. Get close. Who doesn't love fried dough? Okay. That is gonna make an excellent accompaniment to the chicken curry that I'm gonna make later on. So for more tips, for more tricks, for more really super easy snack ideas, go to Kitchen Bravo. You can find me on Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and especially right here enjoying all of the amazing foods. Hit us up at Kitchen Bravo. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page for more awesomeness that's fun and easy, and you're gonna impress yourself and impress your friends.